Hello, dear co-creative weavers. Here's Erika Macy, also known as erikamacy.me, like the name of my website, where my surname is woven in this great soul tapestry. I'd like to connect with you on a Saturday with a Slavic ancestors ritual, switching on the light, and this is a Beregini symbol of the 8th Prav, the guardian, and in that way we can connect to this one light with all our ancestors that came before us and that will come after us. And we can imagine ourselves here in the center, and like all our ancestors are connected with us from all sides and from all elements. Yeah, and we can center ourselves in the middle, and in that way feel interconnected with everything, with the net, web of weird in Norse, with all that is. So many ancestral blessings. In Russian, Blagadaryu, and many blessings. Yeah, and I like to connect from my heart to yours on Saturdays with the topic of spreading the seeds of wisdom, and my wisdom that comes through me, through my main Beregini, which is like goddess in Slavic, is the wise one, the raven. Therefore she is embroidered in my shamanic dress in the center, and I connect with her every day actually, through certain movements which are called 7 Women Wings, from my teacher Olga Baryami, on her website 7 Women Wings. And this is where I pass on this 27 Beregini symbols wisdom to you, and I give very in-depth soul tree horoscope readings. You can contact me if you like to receive that. Those are also Slavic runes actually, and that way I like to weave in my different cultural ancestral roots. The Slavic root coming through my mother lineage, she was Ukraine, and my Germanic roots through my dad, and that's why I also like to weave in the North, the Germanic runes and the Slavic runes. And also this shamanic wisdom that I gathered and listen to my guidance through the wise one, the raven, and currently also louder and louder, the great mother, Umai, in Tengri shamanism, Siberian shamanism. She is the great mother that is birthing everything in materialized form, and she's speaking to me very loudly to also within the Kazakh embroidery and the symbolism which go back to old Mongolian, Ottoman, Turkic Empire. So yeah, I'm opening myself up to do an education of nomadic storytelling and concentrate on the Kazakh stories and fairy tales, and also to attract my funding for a PhD to preserve this ancestral knowledge coming true to Umai, who has shown herself to me as the Mongolian shaman in 2017. Then I was on my extensive travels with the Trans-Siberian Railway. I met in a yurt in Mongolia a blind shaman elder, and she greeted me like, finally you got home, and now to continue to spread the stories and this symbolism from my ancestral lineage. So that's what I'm trying to do, connecting with you on Saturdays, and now passing on the soul tree horoscope readings and the birthroom soul tapestries, and now diving deeper into the Kazakh and Tengriism root, which is very, very ancient. And I've also got the title for my third book, Shamanism, Shambhala, Shimbolak, Ancient Wisdom from Modern Times. As you can hear from the root of the word, Shamanism, Shambhala, Shimbolak. Shimbolak is the mountain in Almaty, Kazakhstan, where I'm from. And it also goes back to the etymology. It's called to the root of the word. Like all of these three words point to the original point that expresses itself through the mountain range of the Altai Mountains and the Alatau Mountains and also the Tanshan Mountains. There is a lot of ancient wisdom that I try to bring to the surface and to uncover by looking at threads that express themselves through stories and through embroidery symbols. So very curious how that will develop. And speaking of the wisdom of the mountains, I just love the synchronicities when I draw the oracle card, the Beregini symbol and the root, how it just shows exactly the wisdom what is currently weaving. So speaking of the mountain, the oracle card I drew for next week is the Holy Mountain. And as I mentioned to you, it's like I connected very strongly through the current portal of the Samhain to an ancestral ritual that I also done with my fellow friend Deborah Brode, with the intention of connecting with Umai and to receive her wisdom of how I can get the funding for my PhD and also this 1-year education in nomadic storytelling. Now I'm listening and she comes to me through dancing and through singing around this mountain where I was born, the Shimbolak mountain resort in Kazakhstan, and that's where I'm listening to her and connecting with this certain mountain. And I'm just going to read the description of this oracle card. Native peoples around the earth recognize mountains as places of great power, where one encounters spirit over the gods or goddesses reside. In ancient Greece, Mount Olympus was the home of the 12 main gods and goddesses. In Tibet, pilgrims circumambulate Mount Kailash to bring prosperity. In Peru, pilgrims climb the ice-capped Mount Ausangate to receive the starlight and bring fire to the earth. The Holy Mountain invites you to go on a sacred pilgrimage to acquire vision and perspective. First, you must accept the present situation as an opportunity to discover higher understanding. Find a sacred altar where others who come before you have prayed and found wisdom, and make your offering there. Make a commitment to walk with courage, love, and compassion until you see with clarity the perfection of all. When the Holy Mountain shows up, it is time to be active. Do not let your doubts deter you and keep you bound. This is a time to leap over challenges and to remember that from the top of the mountain there are no obstacles, only beauty and unobstructed view of the entire earth. And there is no need to go shopping for the right hiking boots or camping equipment to climb the Holy Mountain. You already have all the gear you need. Overcome any lethargy, indolence and laziness, as these are the real obstacles. Yeah. So in Shamanic Journeys, I always call for the support also of the sky god Ulgen in Siberian shamanism. And Umay now, she represented herself very strongly to me at this current time, and to ask them for the wisdom. And they helped me in Shamanic Journey to step beyond my own conceptions and mechanism of how it should go, this attraction of my funding, and just really surrender and look for the signs of the next steps. And that's why I like this more mystical symbolism that I shared through this readings, because they invite us to see in the unseen world, in the mystical world, in the symbolic, metaphorical world. Like for me, Umay, through this sound, the sound recording that my friend Deborah Brode has done for me as a gift, when I listen to Umay singing, I listen to my guidance, of the soul, what to look at. Then I came to a book based on Kazakh stories that I'm now started to read. I've completed my painting of Kazakh embroidery. I'm particularly interested in symbolism that is also based on the Aries horns. In Kazakh embroidery, almost all symbols are based on this animal, the Aries, because it's the most holy animal in nomadic Kazakh culture. So that's how they incorporated the symbolism in the Kazakh flag and all the yurts. This is a symbol based on those horns. And what I also love, weaving in the Beregini symbol for next week, is the Muse. And look at those horns. It also looks like the horns. And this is my Beregini in my soul tree horoscope in the branches after our last month's initiation. For this month's circle, we met our Beregini in the branches of the soul tree, and this is mine. She stands for inspiration. Her affirmation is Mother Earth gives me the power, the grounding power, and Father Sky, the ease from above. And I'm actually in Western astrology, I'm a double Aries sign. And if you know, the symbol is like these horns of the Aries. And I loved this symbol, especially on my healing journey with breast cancer, which led me, instead of like being an Aries, being outside orientated, going inside into Mother Earth, and to tap into the deep waters of nourishing waters from below, and to bring that up to the surface and bring the harmony between being action orientated and also inner resourced and nourished. So this is also the link to this symbol of the horns. That's why fascinates me in Kazakh embroidery that almost all symbols incorporate those Aries style horns, which look like a heart. So as you can see here in my most recent painting, like almost all symbols, here there are. This symbol is also in the Kazakh flag, which looks like a heart. Those are Aries symbols. And they're found almost everywhere in all symbols in Kazakh style embroidery. Here. So that's what is calling me at the moment. And last but not least, the rune for next week. This is the Mannaz rune. It stands for humanity, for man, but in form of humanity. It's the rune which comes after Ewas, which was last week. It's from the last ayat, the last 8 runes in the Elder Futhark. It's a very mature rune. So it incorporated all the previous experiences. Like if we look at the 3 selves, we start with the 8 first runes, which are all an invitation to integrate, incorporate our physical experiences. Then we move to the next 8, which are all about psychological incorporation and integration. And like last week's Ewas, which is my soul rune, and this Mannaz rune, it's in the 3rd ayat, which is all about the spiritual realm. It's a mature rune. Yeah. It also stands for our higher self that has incorporated the feminine and the masculine, the light and the dark. And you can also see 2 Vunyo runes, which stand for joy here, but like look at each other and kiss each other. So it's a very mature rune, full of joy after we have integrated the different parts in us. Yeah, and then we can build a humanity and cooperation on this very sustainable, mature goals, full of integrity and sovereignty of ourselves. Because we can only build relationship first after integrating those forces within us. Yeah. So if you like to find out the birth runes tapestry, I also started to give those. So it's the same concept like Solji horoscopes, built on the Slavic Beregini symbols, which are Slavic runes, or like the Germanic runes is that's the concept that we have all been woven by the Nornias and the helping handmaidens of Frigg, and that certain birth runes are weaving to us all our lives and support us if we consciously integrate and weave with them. This is the co-creative destiny weaving, which I call the weirding way in my recent 2 books. Yeah, so next week is also the full lunar eclipse in Taurus. So this is also a big portal for transformation and also like conscious weaving. And may those sacred symbols that I've just shared with you help you in consciously weaving in our maybe fragmented parts or subconscious parts back into wholeness, which is ultimately the net of love. We are all already interconnected, and it's just a matter how conscious and intentional we weave with our threads. So sending you many blessings, Blagadaru, and I have a great transformational portal through the eclipse next Tuesday on the 8th of November. So I'm wishing you well, many ancestors' blessings. Blagadaru.